So, we recorded a little over an hour worth of footage, and the first half of it got corrupted because my computer blue screened when we were recording it. And, yeah, that was upsetting. So if there's anything that we reference that you don't understand, it's probably from that half an hour of footage. Also, I don't think this is in the second half, but I am starting another campaign with some others, and we get to record that, so it'll be pretty cool. Um, it won't be like consistent, just like this isn't consistent, but I'm doing what I can as a busy student.
Okay, while Austin is looking for that, I am going to talk about another magic sword because I love them. Okay, this magic sword is called Bloodfast. Okay, origin story. A ravenous vampire who was looking for a way to stop consuming human blood because he viewed it as immoral was trying to come up with ways to not do that. And in his experiments, he came up with Bloodfast. After seeing such a sword, he decided, yeah, this was a dumb idea. I'm never doing this again. And essentially, what the sword does is the longer you go without getting hit, the more damage it deals. Up to a maximum of, I think it's like an extra 10d6 damage, maybe, if you go 5 days without getting hit a single time. Um, I believe also as it increases, the number of days you've gone increases. You have to make a save, and if you fail to save, all the charges reset and you take an amount of damage that is fairly significant. Basically, it's really good if you have downtime. Otherwise, it's mediocre. Very mediocre. Austin has now exited the room and is moving down the stairs.
What a nerd. Wait, so if I take a third level spell slot and convert it into sorcery points, I get 3 sorcery points?
Yeah.
That's pretty chill.
Yeah, sorcery points are crazy
So
because
essentially, with the sorcery point, it would be Austin. So basically, for example, if I sacrifice a third level spell slot, it gives me 3 sorcery points. So
Does it give you four?
it says equal to your level.
Oh, okay.
It says it says that it's equal to level, and for a cantrip, it's also just one
Okay.
or something. I have no idea.
sacrificing a cantrip gives you nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But
cool,
you can
cool.
use once.
Something else was something, but I can't show it. I think that was a different spell.
Yeah.
But
Quick intertwined. Yeah.
so essentially, it would be the same as you give me an extra level 2 spell slot, but that I can't use to cast a spell. I can just only use it to convert.
You spend 20 health. It gives you 2 sorcerer points, which you can then spend to get a second level spell slot. But you can all do that at as a free action.
Yep.
Which is so you can spend 20 health and then get 2 sorcerer points, which you.
That's so great.
Okay, let me look at this real quick then.
Alright, what were you saying?
You can get you can spend 20 health and then get 2 sorcery points, which you then convert into a second level spell slot. But you can do that as a free action. It does not take up an action on your turn, which makes it really strong
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of doing that?
to get more spell slots.
Or sorcery points that you can use to augment
I've
your
never
spells.
been concerned about spell slots. I've never run out.
Or sorcerer points to augment spells.
The point being that it, as a free action, it's kind of crazy that you can do that. And, like, considering you're a heal-based sorcerer,
I'm gonna turn that way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
it's, like, very good because you can just heal yourself if need be. You effectively, like, every 10 hit points you heal yourself for is an additional sorcery point that you. It's very good. Trust me, I know.
I mean, it's just the equivalent of, say I take,
Is that my water bottle over there, Cody?
I take half my health away.
Can you grab it?
I get 3 sorcery points, which I can convert into a third level spell. And then, here's the thing, the reason that I don't think it's worth it is that the equivalence of a spell slot that I'm getting for it is not worth it at all. So say I take half my health, the most, converting that into the highest spell slot I can, the most health that I could get back from spending 30 is 16, which is like half that.
It's not going to be an equivalent exchange rate.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's worth it. Because it's not equivalent. That's why I will never do it.
But you could spend, that's 30 health, right?
Yeah.
Spend 30 health, you do 8d6 damage. You do fireball. 8d6 damage to everyone in a 20-foot radius. I feel like that's pretty strong.
Okay,
so I do 28 damage to each one.
Cam, can you tell me what your con modifier is?
+4.
+4. Okay, so at level 20 you're gonna have 80.
I'm aware. It doubles my health.
Yeah.
I'm completely aware of that.
And so doubling your health is crazy. Essentially, if it were to be an equivalent exchange rate.
But here's the thing, I always get myself killed. And I don't
Yes.
have anything protecting me from that.
It's called reaction spells, like shield and counter spell.
I don't have any of those. None. I only have like 3 damage spells as well.
That's going to be the main thing of the magic item, but if you feel that that's not good, then I can add something. But I don't think it'll be added until after this dungeon, for flavor reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you have the journal?
No, it's not written anywhere that I could find.
I remember talking to Austin about this magic because he was stressing about like what would be balanced.
I didn't want to make it too insanely overpowered.
Yeah.
I just remember asking you more about it. Like I remember it clearly.
You remember? I remember you asking me a lot about it because
like I don't care that much about it, but I just do feel confident that you said it.
I care about my magic items.
Maybe I said +2 to spell attacks.
+2 to spell attacks is good.
I think I might have said +2 to spell attacks because I think that's reasonable. If I said +2 to spell attacks and save DC, that's kind of crazy.
Depends. What's the rarity of the magic item?
When I make magic items, I don't do rarity because
It doesn't necessarily.
Okay,
it's too much work.
If you were to like the power level you want us to currently have, what rarity would you think?
Wait, +2 to spell attack?
Yeah.
I think that might have been
if
one.
I were to roll,
I would say it's probably a rare, maybe bordering on epic.
see, here's the thing though.
Or
I have
very
no
rare.
spells that do anything for spell attack.
Seriously?
No, like I have like a couple area of effect damage spells and that's it. Or I have some that do like 1d6 radiance. It's either that or an area of effect, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like it does nothing for me.
Okay, so you getting a large bonus is like.
Maybe I said +2 to healing.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
That would make sense.
Healing?
Yeah, so anything amount you heal, maybe I said you get a +2 to any amount you heal.
I heard that plenty of stuff that modifies how much stuff I do when I heal. When any of my allies roll to heal anything, you actually like just replace ones, I think, or you re-roll ones.
Oh, I'll think about your magic item again.
I don't. If you think it's unbalanced, I don't want you to give me 2 sorcery points. I was just confused more than anything.
Okay. I'm not going to give you 2 sorcery points, but I might make it do some other stuff, like with healing or
You could give me a sorcery point.
spell save DC or something.
I remember last campaign where the magic item I had.
Uh-oh.
What?
Low battery. There's a charger in that pack if you can grab it.
This one?
Yep.
Boy. There we go.
I mean, I'm completely fine with it being as is. Cause, look, I'm googling like the best magic items for sorcerers, and the best it says is one that increases spell save DC and lets you regain sorcery points, which is what mine does.
Which?
Blood Bowl Violet, and it's a wonders item.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, I actually didn't know that item existed.
So except it doesn't cost anything much. It doesn't really cost you to regain the sorcery points. Therefore, it's costing me a decent amount.
How much?
So that balances it.
What's the rarity and?
I already said wondrous.
That's type of magic item, not a rarity.
Oh, it says varies, and it requires a tune one.
Varies.
I will say, I am sad that I had to give away my wand, and
It hasn't even gotten used. I'm upset about that.
I gave it to Drew because he doesn't have a magic item right now. And so I wanted to give him something.
There's a reason for that.
Because it's cool later. Please tell me it's not just a poison dagger. That dagger, man. Like, I felt so bad. The first thing we fought when he got it.
Was it poisoned? No. Everything you fought. No. Everything other than the Baron, after he got that, was immune to poison damage.
Immune or resistant?
I'm pretty sure it was like all immune.
Oh,
No. I'm pretty sure Orcus was immune, and I was like, I feel really bad. I'll just bump that.
You
to
retconned it.
Yeah.
I love Drew's character.
Drew's character is a lot of fun.
But there's like just an inherent problem with Rangers a lot of the time, and like
Especially since he chose Beastmaster.
I wish.
Wait, I'm confused by the cost.
What cost?
It says when you roll any hit dice for recovered hit points. What does that mean?
So during a short rest, you can roll hit dice to recover hit points, and you have to like spend the hit dice. So like.
Oh, a short rest.
Yeah, short rest.
So when you take a short rest and you do that, you can regain up to 5 sorcery points.
Huh.
That's really good.
That's really good.
That's essentially 5 level 1.
What rare? What rarity is it at 5?
It's 5 up to how many dice you roll.
Okay.
And it says, I'm a little confused. Hang on, let me read this again.
It is my personal opinion that sorcerers are already very good, even if they don't have a.
I really like sorcerers.
They are extremely good at dealing damage. They're just really efficient.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, and that is no matter the rarity. And then what determines the rarity is the plus that you get to the spell attack rolls and the saving throw DC. And as an uncommon, you can regain up to 5 sorcery points from a short rest, and +1 to your spell save DC stuff.
Wow.
That feels very.
From what
strong.
I am reading.
Okay, I'll think about your magic item again then. But it feels kind of.
This kind of feels broken though.
Yeah, it does.
It is.
And also, it was kind of weird wording.
Okay, suggestion. Instead of having it deal 10 flat damage, we could have it deal 1d12? Because I feel like doing exactly like half and saying 1d10 feels a little.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 2d6.
I think it being consistent is pretty chill.
I think, yeah.
I don't know.
The thing with if you keep it consistent is like, I don't know, there are going to be a lot of situations where you're like, there's no risk or like interest involved. It's a very exact thing, which I don't know is cool if you want it like that. But I also feel like D&D is about rolling dice.
Okay, yeah, I found one that describes it in more like clearness, detail, in a more organized way, and it does confirm that the part that determines the rarity is the bonus to your spell attack and saving throws.
Okay. Huh.
Interesting.
Now, this one, the one in more detail, says when the sorcerer regains HP via hit dice, and it doesn't say anything about short rest, they can regain 5 sorcery points. But that feels crazy.
Well, as far as I'm aware, hit dice are only used for short rest in very rare occasions. Other than that.
And typically you're not regaining hit points other than short rest.
Yeah, or in long rest.
My phone has buzzed at me.
That was mine.
It was a Webtoon update because I'm a nerd.
Oh, Arcane Arcade.
Really?
Yep, tweeted.
Oh, a tweet? Austin just turned on his phone and the brightness made him recoil. It was hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's definitely up to +5 at any level. It can only go up to your level,
Okay.
like your max sorcery points, but mine's 6, so it would like refill on mine.
Oh, that's really funny. They're recording a podcast right now.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, they just asked for questions. I wish I could do that. I wish I had an audience to ask for questions.
Yes. You have me. I'm your audience.
But yeah, building an audience takes consistent
The problem is,
consistency, which I can't do.
it just doesn't feel useful to me because I never run out of spell slots.
Okay.
And I also like
Never run out of sorcery points either.
Yeah. Well, no. I could run out of sorcery points extremely easy. I save them. I conserve them.
Now you have more of a reason to spend them more recklessly, I guess. I don't know.
The entire lifeblood of a sorcerer is spending sorcery points. I don't think
that is the
should
whole
be
cool
afraid
thing.
of using them.
It's so unbalanced.
Oh, yeah, your glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the magic item.
No.
uh,
Not the magic item, my glasses, which I bent for contacts.
so, thoughts on the D&D movie?
Loved it.
It was good. I liked it. I thought it would be a little bit mid, but I really enjoyed it.
I really went into it expecting it to be pretty mid. But I thought it was pretty good. It was fun.
Paladin is best boy.
Yeah, I really liked the paladin.
Paladin was a DMPC.
The girl was hot.
Yeah.
The who?
The druid.
Yeah.
Hot.
The barbarian was hot. Sorry, it's true.
Spoiler warning or something, but 'cause I want to talk about specific things. Seriously, spoiler warning for the D&D movie. We don't talk about too much specific plot points, but we do talk about specific plot points. So if you care, skip ahead to 2337.
I also have a lot of like variety with what I can do with sorcery points.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed the movie a lot. I think it was very fun. It does whip you around a lot, and I think that's to keep your attention.
Yeah,
It also feels like they were trying to cover an entire D&D campaign in a movie, and that's why it whips around so much.
Yeah, but I also feel like whipping around so much.
I felt like it was a pretty consistent plot.
No, I thought it was consistent plot, but like you are rushing forward the entire time. It kind of feels like.
Yeah.
I think that actually just kind of mimics a D&D campaign, though. You're always very moving. Downtime is a thing that happens.
Not in my experience, not in my campaigns.
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. Specific favorite part. Come on.
Specific favorite part.
Yeah.
I thought that when the druid used her wild shape ability to get out of the gelatinous cube, that was awesome.
It was very cool.
I thought that was really cool. Because she kept her finger out to keep a hole so she could slither out. That was awesome.
I think a spell that's pretty cool is Beacon of Hope. Like every target that I choose within range gets advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and any hit point rolls, they regain the max no matter what.
What level is that?
3rd.
You.
I'd have
I just don't like advantage on death saves.
Well, it's only I can only learn 3, so I didn't pick that one.
I see.
Which I might. I don't think Water Walk's gonna benefit me much.
Sure.
I personally am quite heavily biased, and which part was my favorite?
Yeah, you like the paladin.
The paladin, he did the smite. He did the thing. Okay? His sword was glowing, and so magic sword, paladin. What more do you want?
I really liked him as a character, but a lot of time he felt very DMPC.
Yeah.
Like when they went to the Underdark, and then he just soloed an army of undead.
That's true.
And then the others were literally just standing and watching.
Yeah, you ever played a paladin though?
But then also I thought it was, thinking back on it, I thought it was weird when he was like, oh yeah, undead don't stay dead for long, and then they ran away as soon as he killed them.
Yeah.
Then why fight them?
I probably just to buy time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it gave them a little bit of time to run, right?
Yeah, maybe a little, yeah.
Okay. Do we think the other, evil paladin-looking guy was an Eldritch Knight? A Hexblade?
Haste is crazy.
Yeah, haste is really good.
I can learn that.
If you want
Haste
to
is
buff
really
a
good.
character, haste is the way to do it. If you
Oh,
want
absolutely.
to debuff a character, haste is the way to do it.
Absolutely.
Double speed, +2 to AC, advantage on dexterity, and an additional action.
Read what happens when you fail concentration, though.
Oh yeah.
I don't see it say anything.
Your speed becomes, basically, that's what it does.
Your what?
It limits your speed to 0
Uh.
for a period of time.
Why doesn't it say anything about that?
Like,
I'll read you the entire thing it says. Choose a willing creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, speed is double, +2 bonus AC, advantage on dexterity, additional attack on each of his turns. The action can only be used to take the action, blah, blah, blah. Except I have an ability that lets me, even if I get an attack that's supposed to be limited to a certain thing, I can still use to cast a spell.
Second paragraph is what I'm talking about.
In this spell. Oh jeez, the spray. I need to turn it down for a minute. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's really good.
Be real.
Wait, I don't see it. Oh, when the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn. Well, if it's concentration at up to a minute, though, I could easily keep it going until combat ends.
Yeah, but the problem is if they decide to focus casters, then they're kind of up a creek. Like, the advantage you get from Warcaster is really good and it helps mitigate that. But ultimately, like, the best way to do it is to have backline casters buffing, like, frontline. Because...
Oh my god, I can't see anything in the B-reel.
Yeah.
It's just completely dark.
Dang.
Cody, I'm sorry I turned your thing down. It was just so bright.
I don't care. Do I have my...
Green Flame Blade is Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, Artificer, which means he had to be a Hexblade.
Well, no. Eldritch Knight takes from wizard spells.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't think he was a fighter.
Really? Really? You think he was a Hexblade over fighter?
Yeah.
I'm really leaning towards fighter.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because wasn't he using heavy armor? I don't think warlocks can. I think they have medium with Hexblade.
If you build your feats into it, up to it.
That's fair. I don't think they would do a build that complicated. I mean, they also might have just been like character magic sword, yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they were.
Could have also just been a flame tongue war.
I mean, that's what they did with the Druid's Wild Shape.
True.
Which, fair. It's a movie. I don't care. She wild shaped 7 times in one scene, which some people are like, which I counted, and I was like 20th level Druid as a joke, but like, no, it's because it adds to the scene. It's cool. I don't care.
I was annoyed because the bard never casted a single spell, and I'm assuming he's a bard, right?
He's a bard. I think that was his whole gig, though. He's useless other than making a plan. That was his whole shtick.
That's fair.
Also, same for the Druid didn't cast spells, but I think the reason they did that is because they got the Sorcerer specifically because he had magic, and them being able to cast spells would take away from the Sorcerer's ability.
I also think they wanted to focus on wild shape.
Yeah.
Which is annoying, because new Druid can't wild shape good at all.
Oh, I'm so proud.
Oh, no one likes it. No one likes it.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Jacob his thoughts on new Druid right now.
What are your thoughts on new Druid?
Yeah, the Arcane Arcade podcast guy.
Oh, talking to him?
No, I'm replying to his tweet. He always asks for questions on Twitter.
I hate it. I truly do. Has he already answered that? I don't think he has.
Not in what he's posted.
I hate it. I really hate it. Like, it ruins the creativity of the Druid as well as just straight up debuffing them, which they did not need to be debuffed.
Here's my question. What are your thoughts on the new Druid and Paladin in 1D&D? I feel that the new Wild Shape limits the creativity and versatility that the class once had.
I want to rant about the Paladin one.
Shoot.
Okay. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I, as a Paladin player, I consider myself to be one. I think that the debuff was needed and necessary. I think the way they did it was way too harsh. Because basically, the idea of a paladin power build, okay, any power build that involves a paladin basically, is taking paladin because of smite. However, any power build that focuses on smite also wants to attack as much as possible. Now, that is completely changed, and you have to be. The only time you can smite is once per turn. And so all of those builds are effectively pointless. Not to mention, if you're just playing a straight paladin, okay, you're going to go a greatsword build, just like most fighters usually do if they're trying to like optimize or do something. And like just most people do because it's a greatsword, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've dual wielded with the paladin, and I love how that turns out because it gives you a little bit of like an extra attack, like woohoo, more smite. But also they've made it to where you can only smite or cast a spell. You cannot do both in a single turn. And I think that is so needlessly debuffed because not only are they limiting your smite, which was the most powerful aspect of the class, and pretty much one of the sole reasons people played it, in my opinion. There are other reasons, pretty much just like it's a good tank, it has some healing abilities. But smite was like the primary way that they were able to contribute to like damage in a fight, especially since they're a frontline character
Yeah.
that has spells. They're not a spellcaster. They being support in a paladin means taking damage. Because your backline casters that are probably going to need your support, if you're running like a typical setup, are probably fine. And most of your melee is going to be pretty okay with their health the entire time. Right? So like, you've taken away the paladin's main mode of like damage. And then you've taken away their spell versatility when they want to deal basically any damage at all. And like you can still lay on hands, I guess, but who are you going to lay on hands? The fighter that's still at full hit points in the fight? Like, it feels like they're trying to shift a paladin more towards a support class, which is cool. However, it doesn't work because it's still halfway between damage and support.
Yeah.
Because its health is that of a damage dealer and like a melee focused character. And a lot of its abilities are focused on being up front, being a tank. However, you're not gonna be able to help a lot of people when you're the one up front trying to take damage and keep people focused on you. It's just like
I think that this problem could be solved if you could cast spells and smite on the same turn.
that would be so much
'Cause-
more balanced, and I would have to recognize that that was fair.
Because it makes it kind of like the rogue, where they have one big damage, but then they're also able to do the secondary thing that D&D's trying to get them to do, which is support with the spells.
Rogue is cool.
You just like everything but Paladin.
That's not fair. I like fighter because it multiclasses with paladin well.
You're pulling my thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I like rogue. I think rogue can be built very cool. But stealth has just never been my combat style because I don't know. It's just not my style. I guess I know and understand like people like it and it's cool. I get the reasons for it. But it's not my thing. Same with like backline casters. I like being able to take a hit more than I like being able to nuke an opponent, I suppose. Though you can do that with melee. Yeah. Austin, what's your favorite class? Straight up class. Don't say druid because druids are sad now.
I don't know.
Should we say what they did to druids that made us angry?
Yeah, druids used to be able to wild shape into any animal a certain CR and below that they've seen before, which adds a lot of versatility to the class and a lot of creativity.
Yes.
Now, there are 3 types of creatures: air, water, land, and whose stats slightly change when you increase in level. And other than that, they're like the same. Other than like swim speed and flight speed, and so now it's all the same. Like, it's essentially what happened in Tasha's
For Ranger to
for
make it better.
Ranger, which I think did help improve the class
For Ranger.
for Ranger. But I think it gets rid of a lot of the stuff in Druid because for Ranger, essentially you were limited to.
Austin, you're pulling my thing.
Sorry. Can't see, it's dark.
It's dark.
Essentially you're limited to what's the best damage dealer pet as Ranger for your animal companion.
Yeah.
But for Druid, there's more than one.
Austin, you're pulling my thing.
I'm not.
It's tight.
Okay, that's not me.
I need to shove it up further.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not why people wild shape for Druid. They do it for multiple reasons and not just because land animal and it's upsetting.
Yeah, Druid wasn't even broken, right?
It wasn't, no.
Like, you had some cool builds with it, but like...
The only broken build I think was Barbarian.
And that, I don't even think that was broken because, like, you got a ton of health, yeah, but the damage wasn't, like, crazy. It's not like you were going to win a fight with health alone.
Yeah, the damage output wasn't crazy. It was mostly health build.
And the health build was really cool, and I loved the way it worked. It was very smart.
Yeah.
It was very clever.
But no, not anymore.
Yeah, I think it's gonna become the new Ranger. I think if people like start playing with this, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, don't play Druid. Which is so sad.
Yeah.
Because like, they just can't do as much.
I'm just gonna use the old rules.
Honestly?
I was down for one D&D, fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, honestly. They're just going through and debuffing all of the classes, it feels like.
Yeah. Except for like Ranger.
Except
Yeah.
for your mom. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Oh my god. I swear. They're gonna. I feel like what they're gonna do is
How dare I say they're not debuffing your mom?
Yeah.
Your mom's really hot.
Austin's mom is very attractive. He can cut this out. It's okay.
He does not look happy right now.
He's crying in the corner.
Oh, totally.
Definitely. I'm totally not lying.
Do we have anything we want to talk about?
I want to complain about how Ranger is, and like everything's getting debuffed. Personally.
Yeah. Okay.
For some reason, there's a sorcerer spell that lets you, like, for Ranger, like, cast, like, add 1d6 fire damage to their arrows.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a 3rd level spell. I don't think it's that good.
That's pretty bad.
I disagree. But that's from my perspective.
I think that's pretty bad because Blood Hunters get the same thing, but all they have to do is take a little bit of damage.
Yeah, but only Matt Mercer stands play Blood Hunter.
No, only edgy 7th graders play Blood Hunter.
That's fair.
Wanna be edgy?
Okay,
not me.
I think at the rate they're going, every class will be equally viable, but none of the classes will be as fun to play as they were before.
Yeah, I don't know. I might just stick with 5e.
Honestly,
I want to check out 3.5. I've heard good things.
Yeah.
5e is really good though.
Yeah, I love 5e. It's really low barrier of entry. And okay, so the thing is, all of the classes in 5e, except for Ranger and a couple of other subclasses, are like, I would say, broken once you reach a certain level. And I think they're trying to mitigate that.
They should be.
Yep. But the thing is, none of the classes seem like they feel good anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel like you do anything.
Here's my personal opinion. You hit level 15, you can destroy the world with a fart. Go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah,
like you reach level 15, you're a worldwide savior almost always, and you reach level 20 and you just are a god.
Yeah.
Be broken. That's what the high levels are for.
I feel like they are fixing a problem that people were already fixing on their own to a degree that they were happy with.
See, but I understand that some people would complain. I think DMs, especially newer DMs who decide to run at higher level, would be like, oh,
Yeah.
What?
I think most like seasoned or like longtime players like that are DMing are probably okay with the state of classes because they're like, I can always just increase the like monster or the number of monsters, and it's upsetting because they're like changing the base classes
Yeah.
to a weaker version, and it just, as good as they still are going to be, it's not as good. Like there is a certain like cool feeling that came with being able to do so much. Like I understand that it wasn't exactly practical, but completely getting rid of that feeling by like weakening all of the classes, it just feels wrong. Like I understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to say any of the classes are going to be weak. They will probably still be very good,
Yeah.
but not nearly as good.
If only I could do weekly uploads of this or D&D. That would be pretty. I wouldn't feel like editing that. God, what I would give to have an editor. I hate editing so much.
None of us have enough money for that.
Yeah.
You want me to give you an outro clip right here?
Is there anything you want to talk about before we're done recording?
Your mom's hot.
Oh, you Cody.
Austin's mother is extremely attractive.
She is.
Austin, anything to add to that?
Oh no, it's an editor. They're cutting me out of the frame. Ah!
The silence is